Yes, guys, welcome back to the Arsenal podcast, and thank you for joining me once again. This time it's more of a question. It's more of a puzzle because I'm really puzzled, and I want to ask you this as Arsenal fans: should we trust? Is it time for us to start trusting Stan Kroenke? Because the Athletic wrote an interesting piece, and we know the Athletic they write through. David Ornstein, and they report us through David Ornstein. They did a very good job by informing us that Thomas Partey was coming to us, and all that stuff, all that good stuff you guys were listening to and watching. It was broken by Charles Watts and David Ornstein. Ornstein works with Athletic. Now, what is interesting is the 50 million euros we paid to trigger the release clause of Thomas Partey was paid by Stan Kroenke. Now, there was no way we were going to pay that lot of money without selling off players. Remember, Lucas Torreira went on loan. Matteo Guendouzi went on loan as well. Literally, this season we sold out one player, and that was Emi Martinez to Aston Villa. Now, obviously, we couldn't afford Thomas Partey because in the same way we couldn't afford House Semowa, so we decided to let that deal die. It's the same way we couldn't afford Thomas Partey because for Aouar it was even easier because we could pay around 35 million front cash, and then we could pay the 25 million in installments. That was the easier deal to do because it was harder in negotiation, but it would be, in implementation, it would be the easier deal to do, right? Yeah. Now, again, look at it in this sense. You can't pay 35 million quits, but you can pay 50 million euros quits. Someone had to help us out. Someone had to help us out. And it was the Lion, Stan Kroenke. Very happy with him. Very happy with him for Thomas Partey, but very, very annoyed with him because he has screwed up Arsenal for the last 15, 20 years. We should be one of the clubs that are competing for top one, all those things. But come to think about it, do you think this is a time where it's going to start supporting us? Do you think it's going to start supporting us? What comes to your mind when you hear that Stan Kroenke bought Thomas Partey for us? 50 million, quick, 50 million. Athletic have written the story. You can check it out, David Ornstein. At times for me, I really wonder what the problem at Arsenal is. Is it Kroenke? Is it, is it the board? Is it the, there's so many questions I ask myself about Arsenal. But, by the fact that, Kroenke bought Partey for us. For me, it creates two things in my mind. One, maybe it's high time he's thinking about it, and he's saying this is a multi-million project. If I invest in it, I can get bigger money out of it. Because that's the truth. Owning a club in England is like having a business that is going to give you crazy money, before you run crazy. That's the truth. A multi-billion dollar project like Arsenal. That is a big project, man. That's a big project. This is, Arsenal is a club that has been around for the past 90 plus years. There's no way you're going to tell me, there is no way you're going to tell me that, you don't want to invest in such a project. I don't know why he doesn't invest in us. Truth be told, I don't know why he doesn't want to invest in Arsenal. But, the truth is he's reaping a lot of money from the club. Recently, his income increased by $323 million. $323 million. But players are taking pay cuts. We are cutting off workers. Our big scouts, our chief negotiators are leaving the club under the disguise that we don't have money to pay them. These are people who know how things run at the club. These are people who know what it means for us not to be in such and such a condition. Top scouts have left. Everyone has left. 35 workers have left. Players have taken pay cuts. Kroenke is getting richer. And the club is... And then, suddenly he buys Thomas Partey for us. Good signing. Thank you, Kroenke. But should this make us forget what, Kroenke has, taken us through? Should we just forget it like that? Should we think that even next summer he's going to do it? Should we think that, he's going to do it for the next 3 years? 3, 5, 6 years? Because Mikel support him and everything. Should we believe the stories of Mikel Arteta? Should we believe the stories coming out of Arsenal that Mikel Arteta is comfortable, they're going to support him? Because it was a goodbye. Literally, it was a goodbye. If you look at clubs, if you look at Liverpool, they've been injecting some money in their club, right? But it's different. The way they've been doing business is very different in the past 5 years. Are we on the same page? Very different. If only we can do that for 3 years consistently, 3 more years consistently, we are league contenders. Trust me. Because in the next 3 years, you'll have Ban Leno, who'll be around 27 or 28. You'll have Kian Tierney, who'll be around 26. You'll be, actually not even 26, I think you'll be about 25. Ainsley Maitland-Niles will be 26. You'll have players like Gabriel Magalhaes is 22 now, who'll be 25. It's like, it looks like we are building a project. I'm not really sure how far Arsenal is going to push and fund this project. But if we can push this project, if we can, fund this project to the end, it's going to be the biggest projects you guys have ever seen at Arsenal. Hopefully Kroenke supports us, because he has not been supporting us. That's the truth. In the past 10 years, this big rich man has not given Arsenal any money from his pocket. Or the money we have been using is money of the club. Money from the club. But other owners have invested 1 billion in total. 1 billion in the past 10 years. Other owners in the Premier League have invested 1 billion from their own pockets into their clubs, and this man has not injected a single penny until he bought Thomas Partey for us. I'm gonna give him credit for that, because we were desperate. We needed someone like that. But the future of Arsenal depends right now on Stan Kroenke. Because if we can back Mikel Arteta, there's no way, there is no reason we are going to give not to go back to Champions League, not to challenge for titles, not to win silverware. We are a winning club. We are a winning club. In the Champions League, we have only lost one final. Of course, we have lost a couple of them in the Europa League, lost to Chelsea, lost to Galatasaray. I still remember. But when you look at how we are performing, when we are, when we have the tools for the job, we do perform well. Arsenal is a club that is not performing well because we don't have tools for the job. Look at the kind of players we have had, in the past 5-10 years. Somehow, at some point in time, we were stuck with players like Johan Joru, Sebastian Sikwilachi, and we have a man, whenever the charts come out, whenever there is, ranking the wealthiest clubs in England, we never fall out of the top 4, top 5. We never fall out. Whenever they are ranking, club owners that are rich, Kroenke will never fall out of the top 10. Wealth-wise, we are fighting with clubs like Juventus, Bayern, but we don't do business like they do. It's like we are not a football club. It's like we are this kind of, machine. You inject 10K and then you get 20K out of it. A coin machine. It's time we stop being a coin machine. I know you guys don't want me to say these rants, You know, Arsenal fans are weak. You guys are very weak as Arsenal fans. Very weak. And you get carried away easily because Stan Kroenke has invested 50 million for that, you know, for us. In 10 years, you know, you guys are going to be carried away and you'll be like, yes, this is, you know, Kroenke has done it. Look around, 10 years. 10 years. How much has Chelsea got from Roman Abramovich? How much has Chelsea got from Roman in the last 10 years? Just this season, that I don't care. What do you have to say about that? What do you have to say? You look at clubs like United, their fans are really ruthless. Really ruthless. But United is a club that buys players, guys. It is. Look at their squad. Anthony Martial is 35 million. I hope you guys know that. Bruno Fernandes, top quality player. Yes, I know they got him at a low price, but right now, how much do you value him at? Pogba. Signing of, record signing. They have a record signing in their squad. And they're ruthless. They want Glazers out. You get me? They have David De Gea. They bought those players. They brought in an 80 million defender. They have a 55 million right back. And they're saying Glazers out. And nobody, no Arsenal fan is as ruthless as United fans. And that's what we need to be. We need to show that we are hungry. We're a club that doesn't have a Premier League in the last, I don't know how many years now. I don't know. But they are, it's past a decade. It is past a decade. And we never care. We only care about, news, transfer news, what. And some of you are going to start, raising down your Kroenke out, banners because he has bought some, few players. Bravo, you get me? Bravo. For me, I think, for Kroenke to convince us, he has to do better than that. Honestly, for Kroenke to, convince us that, he's this kind of, owner that is reforming, that's going to take us to, to the levels where we have to be. How the hell do we start competing with Sheffield United, finish 8th, and we are not hungry in the transfer summer? We were not hungry. If we were hungry, we should have gotten something like 6 quality players. 6. That how Sema Woman, should have been at Arsenal. You get me? He should have been at Arsenal. Thomas Partey must be in an Arsenal jersey, like he is. Gabriel must be in an Arsenal jersey, like he is. We should have had a top quality striker to help Aubameyang out, because we have realized in Nketiah and Lacazette are average. You combine them, you'll get 10 goals a season. Liverpool's front three will give you 50 goals a season. Firmino, with all his mediocrity, and he's going to give you a 15. Man is going to give you a 20. Salah is going to give you 25. How many goals are those? Either the Manchester United front with Banter, Rashford, and Greenwood scores more goals than we do. And we don't think about it. It's like we are competing against, non-living things like this, fan behind me, like like this mic. We're competing with clubs, and you guys gotta believe that. We're competing with, with clubs, and we need to measure ourselves against those clubs. The owners they have, how good are they? How much do they spend, and how much more are they still willing to spend on their teams? Kroenke is not a bad man. He's not a bad man. I don't know what, hell of crap, went into his head, but he ain't a bad man. We just need him to support us, and that's what we are asking for. We're not asking for so many other, big things. We're not saying that, you should buy us Messi, or buy us Ronaldo. We are saying that if clubs like Manchester United are spending 89 million on a midfielder, spend 45. Let us spend the 45. We can compete with them. Interesting. He bought Thomas Partey, and many Arsenal fans have cooled the pressure. I think he knows how to play politics. I don't know whether he's a politician, but he knows how to play his politics well. He knows how to play his politics very well. Arsenal fans are ranting. Arsenal fans are on fire. They finished 8th. Don't worry, I gave them Thomas Partey. Is he going to do that even next year? Because if you look at the squad, there are positions that are going to really give us, problems this season. I'll talk about the number 8 position. You can see that. Ever since we lost Santi Cazorla, no one is, is doing that. No one is doing that. Even if we don't need a number 10, like, Mikel Arteta's lineup calls for, because he doesn't want to use the number 10, you would think about the number 8 role, because almost every club has a good number 8. You want to say no? You can't say no. That creative midfielder, let me not call him a number 8, that's too traditional, but that creative midfielder, that good creative midfielder. Someone like Gigi Wijnaldum, someone like Thiago, someone like Kevin De Bruyne at Manchester City, the Bruno Fernandes at United, the James, the Alan, at Everton, the Barkley, the Grealish. That kind of player is lacking at Arsenal. Don't tell me you have Partey, because Partey doesn't do that. Yes, he's all over the field. I've seen his I've seen his analysis, and Arsenal really overhyping him and so on. He's a good player, but he can't just lift this club like he's lifting a mouse. It's too heavy for him. Aubameyang did that, and he was the only one. I think there were 3: Aubameyang, Leno, and Gabriel. And it's not Gabriel, why does he cross over my mind at this time? And Bukayo Saka. Last season they were there for us, but you can see it was too heavy for them. Too heavy. I just hope my striker really gets his scoring boost, because he has taken long with that scoring from Diego. He should be getting a goal against Manchester City. I think so. But truth is, it's not yet time to trust Stan Kroenke. Not yet time. He has not spent a penny on us in the last 10 years. How do we get convinced that easily that is the man that is right for us to, to say now Kroenke is the right man for the job? I'm not seeing Kroenke outpost us anymore. Not anymore. How easy you can satisfy Arsenal fans. How easy you can satisfy Arsenal fans. So I want your opinion on this. I want to get your opinions on this. Is Stan Kroenke, should we trust Kroenke? Is it time for us to trust Stan Kroenke? Is he going to invest some more money in our club? Is he going to invest some money in our club? I wanted to do the Kroenke out episodes. I'm gonna, start bringing them out very shortly. Kroenke out, episodes. And then I also do the Arsenal Scout episodes. You see, have a lot of content for you guys. Arsenal Scout episodes. We'll be looking at what kind of player every day, what kind of player suits us, And then I'll be giving you his statistics and why he's better than what we have. Or why he fits in Mikel Arteta's system. The other one is the Kroenke out. Of course, I'll be giving you reasons as to why we should be pushing out Stan Kroenke on a daily basis. I'll be doing even other videos, the news around Arsenal. Right now, Saliba is going out on loan and all those things, so I will be discussing about them. Should William Saliba really go? Mikel Arteta, you're kidding me, right? Do we need to push out William Saliba? Do we need to? I'm not really sure about that, but anyway, I'll be coming back and we talk about more things. Have a blessed stay on the channel. Love you so much.